Have you ever felt tired without doing anything hard? Not from work, not from effort, just tired. You scroll, you listen, you react to small things all day, and you call it overwhelm. But what if that's not true? What if you're not overwhelmed, you're just paying attention to the wrong things? Because your mind isn't exhausted from responsibility, it's exhausted from noise. People you don't know, opinions you didn't ask for, problems that aren't yours, and still you carry them. Little by little, your attention gets taken, not by big problems, but by constant, meaningless ones. Most people think they have a time problem or an energy problem, but that's not what's really happening. The real issue is attention. From the moment you wake up, your mind is pulled in different directions: notifications, messages, opinions, news, random thoughts. And none of it feels important on its own, but together it becomes overwhelming. You check your phone without thinking. You react to things that don't matter. You carry conversations in your head that never needed to happen. And by the end of the day, you feel mentally drained without knowing why. This is what most people don't realize. Your brain is always filtering, but it's not choosing wisely. It reacts instead of selecting. And when you don't control what you notice, everything starts to feel important, even when it's not. That's where the real problem begins, not in how much you have to do, but in how much you allow into your mind. You don't feel drained because your life is hard. You feel drained because your attention is constantly being pulled in directions you never chose. Every notification, every headline, every random opinion you come across. Your brain reacts to it, even if you don't realize it. And each reaction costs something. A little bit of focus, a little bit of energy, a little bit of clarity. On their own, these moments feel small, almost insignificant, but they never come alone. They stack, one after another, all day. And your brain treats all of it as unfinished, something to think about, something to process, something to resolve. That's the part most people miss. It's not just what you do that drains you, it's what you keep noticing. Because when your attention is scattered across dozens of small, meaningless things, you don't just lose time, you lose control over your own mind. Your brain is already filtering information all the time. It has to. There's simply too much happening around you. But here's the problem. It doesn't choose wisely by default. It reacts. Anything new, anything emotional, anything slightly negative immediately grabs your attention. That's why a single comment can stay in your mind for hours, while something positive disappears in seconds. And the more you expose yourself to constant input, notifications, social media, random opinions, the worse this filtering becomes. You're not deciding what matters, your environment is deciding for you. And over time, your brain starts treating everything as equally important. That's when small things begin to feel heavy, and your mind never truly gets a break. Because if everything feels important, nothing feels under control. When you don't choose what to ignore, everything starts to take a piece of you. Not all at once, but slowly, throughout the day. You react to a message, then a notification, then a thought, then something you saw online. And each time your focus breaks. It doesn't feel like much in the moment, but it adds up. Your mind stays slightly busy, slightly tense, never fully clear. That's where the real cost shows up. You start overthinking small things. Decisions feel heavier than they should. Even simple tasks take more effort, because your attention is already spread thin. And by the end of the day, you feel mentally exhausted, but you can't point to one clear reason why. That's the effect of constant attention without control. Because what you don't ignore doesn't just pass through your mind. It stays, and it shapes how you think, how you feel, and how much energy you have left. Calm people are not living in a different world. They are simply noticing less. They ignore things most people react to without thinking. Random opinions, unnecessary arguments, constant updates, small irritations that don't actually matter. They don't chase every piece of information, and they don't feel the need to respond to everything they see or hear. That's the difference. It's not that their life is easier, it's that their attention is protected. They decide what deserves their focus and what doesn't. And because of that, their mind stays clearer, quieter, more stable. While others are constantly pulled in different directions, they remain steady. Not because they are trying harder, but because they have stopped giving their attention away so easily. This is where most people misunderstand the idea. Ignoring things sounds negative, like you're avoiding reality or pretending problems don't exist. But that's not what this is. Selective ignorance is not about denial, it's about priority. You're not ignoring what matters, you're ignoring what doesn't deserve your energy. There's a big difference. Because if you try to care about everything, you end up caring about nothing properly. Your attention gets diluted, your focus weakens, and even important things start to feel overwhelming. But when you become intentional about what you let in, something shifts. Your mind becomes quieter, your decisions become clearer, and your energy is no longer scattered. You're not disconnected from reality, you're finally choosing how you engage with it. You don't fix this by trying harder. You fix it by training your attention in small, simple ways. Start by reducing what you expose yourself to. Turn off unnecessary notifications. Stop checking your phone the moment it lights up. Give your mind fewer things to react to. Then focus on one task at a time, and actually finish it before moving to the next. That alone will change how your brain feels. Another step is to pause before reacting. When something pulls your attention, take a second and ask, does this really matter right now? Most of the time, the answer is no. And the more you do this, the easier it becomes. Because attention is a habit, just like anything else. The more you practice choosing where it goes, the less control everything else has over you. At some point, this stops being something you try to do and becomes a standard you live by. You no longer react to everything, you choose what deserves your attention. You stop explaining yourself to people who don't matter, you stop following things that drain you. And you stop giving energy to noise. Not because you don't care, but because you finally understand the cost. Your attention is limited, and where you place it shapes how you think, how you feel, and how you live. So you raise the standard. You protect your focus, you keep your mind clear, and you become more deliberate with what you allow in. And over time, this quiet shift changes everything. Not dramatically, not overnight, but steadily. Because once you stop paying attention to the wrong things, you finally have space for the right ones. Most people spend their lives trying to manage everything they notice, but that was never the solution. The real shift happens when you become more selective. When you stop reacting to every small thing, when you stop giving your attention away without thinking, your mind starts to settle. You feel lighter, clearer, more in control. Not because life became easier, but because you stopped making it harder. And this is something you can start today. Not by changing everything at once, but by choosing one thing to ignore. One source of noise, one unnecessary input, one habit that keeps pulling your attention away. Start there, and notice what happens. Because the quality of your life is not just shaped by what you focus on, but also by what you decide to leave out.